Yeah, let's jump into it. Cool. So today is a little bit of I don't want to say a curveball class, but a little bit different from what we've normally done. Today, I wanted to be able to show you some really cool content for those of you who still want to hold events. And I've heard other agents across Keller Williams with great success with these of hosting seminars or things that we normally do in a live physical location, like a first-time homebuyer seminar or an MRE investor, an MREI class, doing these through Eventbrite. And then if we have time, I'll actually dig into Facebook Live a little bit too. But what I would think that probably the best approach that we could do would be schedule some of these things to do virtually online through Eventbrite. So for those of you who aren't familiar, Eventbrite is kind of like a Ticketmaster, but for like small businesses. So it gives you the ability to create smaller group events, actually sell or give away tickets for free. It gives you the ability to actually kind of track and manage an event, kind of like a larger venue would for like concerts and other things. But it kind of has the sweet spot. It's like a small business or a single agent Ticketmaster. So I'm going to kind of walk you through this process of how to actually create an Eventbrite account, how to actually set up hosting a meeting, and then also give you a couple different tips and tricks on things that you could do to hold one of these seminars. Because what we've heard is that agents who have historically done something like a first-time homebuyer seminar in the live physical world that we used to live in, they would get like 4 attendees, and it would be great to get 4 strong leads from it. But now that they're seeing that people who are at home, who may not be doing anything at the moment, are logging into these events to get the educational value to it. So this is an opportunity for you to offer something of value. And from the shift, we call that an indirect offer, some type of service that you can provide, even if it's not a direct correlation to a deal today. The whole hope here is that you're growing a database and building relationships. So unfortunately, I cannot teach you how to be a great public speaker. That's not something I'm great at myself. However, I can at least give you the tools to kind of get there. The key thing is just have fun with it, and just know your intention is to get leads and build relationships. So let's jump into it. And can you all see my screen right now? I'm on command. I'm going to jump to Eventbrite. Can you see the command dashboard right now? You can just give me a head nod for those of you who are on camera, or just give me a cool.
Yeah, we see it.
Excellent. Thank you, Joe. All right. So let's go to eventbrite.com. So that's EVENT, and then Bright is BRITE. So eventbrite.com. And we're going to set up an account. This is something that we use as an office, as the market centers, and our region, or most of the Keller Williams regions, use these as well. But basically, we just want to come in and create an account. So to do that, just like pretty much every other website, in the top right-hand corner, let me log out first. It's really easy to do. In the top right-hand corner, you click on the sign in or sign up button. So it's going to ask you to sign in, but you can create an account from here as well. You have the ability to type in an email address. If you have Facebook, you can do that. Or if you just want to get started, I can type in any random email address or my KW one here. I can type in SW Jackson at KW, click get started. And then I apparently have a password already, so I'm just going to log in. But you want to go through this process of just signing in, creating a password for yourself. Your email address is in fact your username, but like it should save your information from here. But once you're in, you have a profile. Now, this is a pretty cool tool as well that if you have some extra time, I know that we're pouring in so much content into all of you with the Georgia Legacy Group daily calls. There's the Shift Book Club and everything else that Keller Williams is offering. But if you're looking for an education resource, you can come into the events and kind of search pretty much anything right now. So if there was a hobby or something from a skill set that you're looking to grow into, I could type in real estate, and let's see what pops up actually, into the search bar. And this will pull up all of the local deals near me based on my location. So most of these are free that you can see on Eventbrite. So there are some people who are actually taking advantage of this right now. There's a wholesaling real estate webinar in Peachtree Corners. Essentially, we're going to create something like this. It's going to be a live stream class. Let's see who's doing this. Hosted by Atlanta Real Estate Events. I don't see any branding on here, so it may not be anyone affiliated with a brokerage. but this looks like, let me see, tags, United States events. Okay, don't see any particular name or brokerage here. But what we'd like to do is create essentially this. This is going to be like a 2-hour. And again, I'd probably keep this shorter for today. I would probably create like a 1-hour seminar that's easy to digest. You want to go into a point in which you're talking for 2 hours. You're going to probably lose a lot of people before you get to your call to action. But what we're going to do is create essentially this. We're going to create an online class that you can teach or present to some folks, and hopefully they'll log into here. So let me go back to the main page of Eventbrite. But what we're going to want to do is once you have an account, you've created that, in the top right-hand corner, we're going to click on this button to create an event. Now, for the sake of this, for this example, I'm going to create, let's just do like a first-time home buyer class, okay? So I'm going to give it a title, and I'm going to keep it really short and sweet. This is going to be first-time home buyer. I'm really going to just be blunt with it. Don't make it something confusing. Don't try to do the bait and switch of, you know, investing if it's not investing. Just going to be very, very precise with this. But this is a first-time home buyer seminar. If you want to be relevant in a time like this, you could also say like virtual to make sure that people know that this is not going to be a physical event. And you can also play in our current situation and just say something like, you know, investing during a market shift, or investing during, you know, an economic downtime or something like that. Use the keywords that you're kind of hearing it. I don't want to say like falsely in the news, but use the terms that you're hearing in the news of like, you know, economic downturn or shift or whatever. Use the language that most consumers are hearing right now in the news, and then use your positive spin on this on, you know, here's the opportunity that you have for first-time home buyers during a shift, or, you know, investing in real estate when the market's down. Give it a nice little thing here. So location, obviously this is virtual. Normally, if you're going to do this, once we, you know, return from our shelter in place, you would type in an actual office location. You can rent out a small hotel space for cheap, or most of the times, if you're doing it after hours, you can do this in your market center in the future. But for today, we're just going to click on this button right below that says online event. Okay, so that'll mark that this is an online event. And then from here, you just got to pick your date. So make sure that you schedule this out with enough time that you can promote this. So let's just go ahead and put, I'm just going to leave it as May 31st. I would recommend for all of you, though, probably get one of these. If your intention is to do a seminar, give yourself enough time to prepare to get your presentation ready, but get this up and running as quickly as possible. I would not wait on doing an event, because the whole goal here is that we're planting seeds so that whenever the market shifts, we have a pipeline of buyers and sellers ready to go. So the goal here is let's just go ahead and get this scheduled maybe no longer than 2 weeks out. Give yourself enough time to prepare and promote, but do this immediately, essentially. Okay, so you can just pick your date, you can pick your time. The cool thing here is that you could probably do multiple of these at once. Because these are virtual, and because you're doing all the preparation ahead of time, I could literally do one every single day if I chose to. I could have one at noon for people who may be on their lunch break. I could do one at 7 p.m. It's not going to take any more time out of my day. Just consider this as a form of lead generation. If you get one person on your digital event, then you're good to go. That's the opportunity for you to get leads here. So I would say the key thing is let's just go ahead and schedule these, and don't be afraid to copy and paste this once we have it created, that I'm going to do one at 12 o'clock on, you know, May 1st, and I'm going to do another one at 7 o'clock on May 1st. Stack these if you can. Use this as a form of like lead generation. Think of it as like, I don't know, an open house. You hold multiple open houses for your listing. So, and just make sure that you put an end time on these two. Yeah, Jim,
you say that, are you doing two different events, or are you just replaying the one you did?
No, you'd want to do multiple events. So treat it like a normal meeting. Yep, great question. And then moving along here, just make sure that you do put an end time on this. It's important to change this from the default. You want to make this 1 hour. I would say at most make it 90 minutes. If you're talking longer than 90 minutes, then you're most likely to not get to your call to action at the very end, your closing point, and people can just kind of leave at any point. So you want to make sure that this is short and it is captivating, and you have the opportunity to get people onto the next steps of, okay, when you leave this webinar today, this is the step that I'd like you to take, you know, Mr. Buyer or Seller. So again, it's probably best to come from a place of contribution, pour into people, give away as much information as you can. Just know that your goal here is lead capture more than anything. Don't fret about getting the appointment at the end of this because we're actually capturing the information as they get tickets. Okay, so I'm going to make this for an hour from 7 to 8 on May 31st. And again, just to be consistent with my message, let's just do it on May 1st. And then you want to create an event image. This is a step that I would not skip when you're in Eventbrite because we know that as people are looking through all of the different classes and courses that are available, imagery will stop them from scrolling. So if they see this really awesome banner or poster that says first time home buyer seminar or for sale by owner seminar or MREI, millionaire real estate investor seminar, that should hopefully stop them in their tracks. You have to put an image in here. Now, a few places that I would recommend, if you're looking to invest a little bit of money into just this package itself, there is a website called Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. If you don't have the design bone in your body, just leverage this out. Fiverr is a great website for this. You can come in here and just type in like flyer or banner, and you can pay somebody $5 to design this for you. This one costs $10. You can kind of sort this by price, but Fiverr.com is a way to leverage like people like graphic designers to create things for you. For me, I have that design bone. I can go into either Canva or even in Command to Designs and create one of these relatively quickly. But if you don't have that capabilities or if you don't have that strength in design, leverage either something like Fiverr or within your market centers, use something like the marketing vendors that we have, like Pass and was it Robin T, and then the few others that do marketing. Okay. Now, once you have your image in place, and let me just go ahead and throw something in here real quick. I'm gonna grab a random photo. I'm just gonna put a Frank Series on here. Don't do this. You probably want to have a nice banner with the words for what you're looking in. I just want to make sure I throw an image in here for you though. All right. Then we're gonna get into the actual event description. Again, this should be short and sweet, more of a call to action, but also very, very enticing. So this would be something like join me on May whatever. Make sure that you reconfirm your information in your description for a free first time home buyer webinar. And then I would kind of address this in this no pressure, no salesy, educational webinar. It's all about educating sorry, I can't read and type at the same time. Okay, so I made something like fun and kind of human with this. I would say like in this no pressure, no salesy educational webinar, it's all about educating consumers. I'd probably change that around, educating consumers on being first-time home buyers during a shift. Here's what you'll learn. Now, this is important. Now, throw some bullets in here because, again, this will stop the scroll. People are more likely to read what's in these bullets than anything above it. Here's what you will learn, and make sure that you're covering these things. This should be a little bit of your outline for what you're going to discuss when you hold the event. This could be anything from, honestly, let me just jump ahead real quick. I was going to say this at the end, but here's some inspiration for you. If you go to kellerinc.com, this is the publishing company that Keller Williams has that creates like Shift, MREA, and some of the other books. Kellerinc.com has a ton of resources in here. So if you go to Keller Inc., and that's INK, like pen ink. If you go to resources and books, these are great ideas and things that you should probably be teaching on. Like, so for example, there's literally a book called First Time Home that Gary Keller and Jay Papasan wrote. This is something that not only would I be kind of reading and rip off and duplicating, I'd be doing a webinar based on this. This is something that you can provide of value of, those of you who actually do attend, you can get a copy of this book today. But I would kind of go through here, look at the chapters and say, okay, these are the things that we're going to discuss. What's really cool is underneath the resources for each book, here's all of the information you need to really get ready for it. So you can come through here and actually look at like the first excerpt, and you can take these rules here. So, I mean, some of the things that I might copy as like bullet points would be something like this. Take this, copy and paste it in Eventbrite. Again, I'm being lazy because I'm teaching the class on this, but essentially you can come in here and just grab this as your bullet points and just make sure that you cover these snippets when you go to teach your class. Again, what I'm not teaching you today is the preparation that goes into this, more so on how to do the actual Eventbrite itself, but you'd want to come in here, get prepared, use a tool like these one-off books that we have within Keller Williams, and then use it to your advantage to teach them. And then let me just take a quick look at the chat. I saw someone pop in there. Deb Adler said, that's awesome. Cool. Yeah. What's really great too is that, like, again, I'm using the First Time Home Buyer Seminar, but really our goal, whether it's real estate related or not, like the smack in the face that we have right now with, First Time Home Buyer, if like your passion is like the one thing book or something else, like just get in a relationship with people that you're very confident with. Like if you're not confident talking first time home buyers, like talk about the one thing or talk about the shift book or talk about something else. You could easily retool something like the MREA lead generation model into a class for all small businesses. That's the beauty about a lot of the things that we do within Keller Williams is like, you can easily just erase the word real estate or homes from all of our books, and it's equivalent or it's relevant to any other small business right now that's trying to get leads and do things in their business. So repurpose what you know, what you've been trained on, and share that back to other small businesses as well. But yeah, let me go back into Keller Inc. There's a ton of resources in here. So regardless of whatever path you take, just know that this is a great tool for you. Just click on the resources tab and like it's everything in here. MREA, the one thing, the Millionaire Real Estate Investor. So if you're confident in holding a seminar for real estate investors, there's a ton of resources in here once you click the open button. You can teach a 1-hour class specifically on just running through the budget or anything else in here. Hold and flip, those are other good ones for a shifting market as well. You can also do a commercial seminar. But yeah, use the free resources that we have here. And then what I would highly encourage doing is like for those people who do follow up or actually do attend your classes, if they stick around to the end of the class, one of your call to actions may be, at the end of the class, I'm actually going to give away, this book that share the information. So that's whenever, whoever actually stays on to the end, gives you all their good contact information, you're going to send them a book, depending on the topic that you're teaching. Now, why would we send a book? What's the significance there? What's that do for us? Well, Lita, it looks like you had talked, but you're on mute. Okay.
You get their address.
Exactly. You get their address. And that's the whole goal of this, right? When we go to, I don't want to say sell, but when we send them an invite for Eventbrite, we capture their contact information. We get their name, we get their email, we get their telephone number. That missing piece, that call to action is going to be getting their actual address. So if you get those 4 things, you're going to be in great shape at the end of this. Again, you're planting seeds and getting an awesome pipeline. Cool. Any questions on the description? Obviously, you guys know how to market. I don't need to go into more detail here, but you guys understand this, that we want to have, a teaser on what it is we're going to talk about. And then we're going to go into some bullet points on exactly what they're going to get out of the class. It's going to be really up to you and what your topic's going to be. Okay. And then from here, you can link your Facebook and Twitter accounts, any accounts that you have in here. I would recommend doing this. It's just going to help you promote it a little bit easier on those websites. And the goal here is we're going to do this as free as we possibly can. So I would definitely connect your Facebook and Twitter, get that shared out there. Okay. After that, once you have the details set up for your actual event itself, we're going to go into creating tickets. Now, you can make them free, you can make them paid, or you can actually ask for a donation. I would highly recommend, I'm making these free right now. Just click on the free ticket, and then you can actually set a couple different like ticket settings in here. You can decide how many people are available. The only reason I would set this in right now is let's just say that you're playing red light, green light with your budget. And if your goal here is to actually send some books off to all those who attended, if you can't afford, $15 times 1,000 people who attended your class, then maybe you're going to limit this to, 20 people or whatever. Just be smart and just know that a lot of this is a write-off, and talk to your accountant about it. But you want to make sure that you're not putting yourself in a pickle or a bind because of what you're going to give away at the end. Ticket name, this would just be like something really cool, like, VIP, first time home buyer, or first time home buyer class, whatever. Doesn't really matter a whole lot here, but I would just kind of name it whatever your event is echoing. 20 available, price is free. And then from here, you're just gonna scroll down and do some additional settings. The goal here is that you probably want to leave this as public. There's no reason why you want this to be a private event, unless you're doing something a little bit more higher end, like a private luxury group that you don't want people to see publicly. But for the most part, I'd say what you're gonna do with this one is leave it as a public page. You want everyone to be able to discover this on their own. Okay. And then this is where it's important. We have to pick not only the event type, but also the topic. It's important to take your time and figure this out, because when someone like me, like I did at the beginning of the class, if I search real estate, this is how I'm going to fit into the algorithm for those people who are looking into it. So event type, this is going to be a class, training, or workshop. And then depending on your class, I'm not sure that anything else will be in here. Unless you guys are really famous and you're doing an appearance or a signing. I don't think that's going to be fitting, but yeah, this one probably makes the most sense to do a class, training, or workshop. I think your event topic most likely would be home and lifestyle, or business and professional. I don't think real estate's on there, is it? No. Nope. So your two options here would be home and lifestyle or business and professional. I don't think I'm missing anything, am I? No. Okay. So for me, business and professional would be this one here. Select the subtopic, real estate. There we go. That's the one we're looking for. And again, that'll help you rank higher and in the appropriate places within Eventbrite's algorithm. And then once you're rock and rolling, just click make this event live. And someone please remind me to delete this after class. I always forget to do that. Cool. And then from there, Eventbrite makes this really easy. It just lets me automatically post this on Facebook. I'm not going to do that because then I can't undo it. But you would want to click on this button. You'd want to promote it out. You want to get it out in front of as many people as possible. And then from here, this is the cool part where like your event's live, it's ready to go. Your goal now is to start promoting it like crazy. So if you ever made a mistake, like if you need to go back and like fix your image like I did, where I just threw a picture of the house, you can actually come in and click on edit. You can swap out a lot of that information like we did before. You can do this on the fly, luckily. And come in, swap that image out, whatever. Yes,
Sam,
a lot, Dave.
Yeah, this is a lot for you. Just a quick question. I'm confused on the difference between a gift, that what seems to be a gift, like giving out a book, and a ticket. Can you explain the difference? Or
so the ticket is basically people registering for the class. We want to be able to get the promotion of this event out. We want people to register ahead of time. And for the reason for that is like that's our actual lead capturing. That's us getting their name, their telephone number, and their email address. Once and we get that whether or not they actually show up on this day or not. That's actually the cool part about doing these tickets. Now, on the date of the event, we actually have the event itself. We host the webinar, we host the seminar, and then our call to action is we want to give them something to leave with. So we don't want them to come into the first 30 minutes of the webinar and leave. We want to have this content at the end that says, hey, if you stick around, we have a special gift for you. And it's going to be whatever book it is you're talking about. So it's going to be either, MREI or, your first home, social, whatever. And the goal there is we're going to have another call to action that says, hey, if you give us your home address, I'm actually going to ship this book to you. You're going to get it, next week or so from me. And what's really great about that is then you're capturing their home address. And then you've hit the holy grail or the jackpot when it comes to lead generation, because we've literally got all the information we need to convert this person over time. Does that make
Awesome.
sense?
Yeah, but I guess where I'm still, thanks for the explanation. Where I'm still confused is in when we were typing the books, there was the box was saying tickets, and then you have books, and that's what confuses me.
I was on two different websites. Hopefully I didn't confuse it bouncing back into the two. So like Eventbrite is the ticket, and then Keller Inc. was the book. Is that where it's I'm losing you, or?
No, right at the events, yeah, right there. If you can
Okay.
go to where you put, you were doing tickets, and then you mentioned books. There we go.
Okay.
You have ticket name, quantity available, and price. And that's where I'm confused is, are you closing this to the first 20 that's registered, and that's
Oh,
whom you're?
yeah. Okay, yeah. Let me circle back on the one. Yeah. So yeah, what I was recommending is, what I'm doing is I'm creating the number of tickets available to attend this class. And the only reason why I would limit this, because like if it's a free class and my goal was lead generation, the only reason why I would limit this would be if personally I can't front the bill to pay for my giveaway. So for example, if I have 5 people and my book that I'm going to give away at the end is $5, that's going to cost me $25. I can afford that as a real estate agent right now. However, if 100 people show up to your class and you can't afford a $500 giveaway right now, that's why I would recommend putting a cap on here. It's just a mindset of, okay, do I have the funds that if I'm going to promise a giveaway at the end of this class, can actually afford to do that? For
Okay.
the most part, I would say most people in this room are like, hey, this is an investment. I'm going to look at this as an investment. This is a cost of lead generation. I'm going to budget for this. I would probably not put a cap on this, but I'm just saying in a shift, you want to play red light, green light with your expenses. If you don't have the funds, don't go broke doing this, because we're planting seeds today. However, that would be the only reason why you want to put a cap here. For me, I probably would leave this blank. So thanks for actually following that up. I wouldn't do that.
Okay, great. Now I
Does that make
understand.
more sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I just,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Because let's say you have 100 people show up and you're giving away a $15 book, that could get pretty pricey, especially for the solo agents and new agents. You'll get a lot of leads from it in theory, but the goal is, how many of them are going to convert today? You got to play the long game with them. Just make sure you can afford whatever it is that you're going to give away. Cool. Excellent. Then from here, let me see, I lost my spot. Let me go back to manage though. You want to start promoting this out. My button was not saved, but I forgot to click the button there. I think it's let me do it now. You want to be able to kind of share this and promote this as much as possible. So you can click on this view button. This should open up a new tab. Excellent, it does. And now I can start promoting this and sharing this everywhere. So once I have this up on Eventbrite, I can click on this share button right here and start taking this link and sharing it on Facebook, direct messaging people, getting out on LinkedIn, everywhere. You want to just promote this on literally every website you can. Get this in front of everyone in your database that you possibly can. I can copy this link. I can shorten it on a website like Bitly and start texting it to people. I can do whatever, but you want to get this out in front of the general public from, whatever social media or email platform that you have available. Just start promoting that like crazy. Okay. And I don't know if you saw that, but on the screen before, besides viewing, I can also copy this. So this is where I was talking about, okay, you may want to do this event more than once. Because you've done the preparation and you may have 5 people show up at noon, you may have 10 people show up at 7 p.m., stack these and do them multiple times a day, multiple times a week, switch up and see, okay, what's your sweet spot? When are people going to be online? When are they plugging into this? So it's not going to take you any more time in preparation. Just make sure that you have, that hour time slot available to teach these classes. But your best resources are Eventbrite because it's free. It gives you the ability to capture this information. And then also Keller Inc. This is going to be a great place for you to get ideas on things you can teach. And really, to be honest with you, whatever strength you have, whether it's something from your past life as another job or whatever, use your experiences to educate people. It'll go a long way by pouring in, giving it to free. You're capturing information, just, work them as a lead over time. Cool. All right. I got 2 minutes over. Does anyone have any questions? Is this something that you guys are going to rock and roll with today? Any ideas on an event that you might hold?
I don't necessarily have a question, but I do need to. I do have questions on other things. I'm a new agent, and I
Yeah.
just need to figure out. Because I sent you an email. I don't know how to get in contact with you.
When did you email me? When did you email me?
I think last week or week before.
Okay, let me take a look at that. I must have missed you somehow.
Okay.
I'll circle
Awesome.
back. Okay. All right, cool. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay. I also have office hours every day from 12 to 1. If you're going to jump into those, that'd be good.
How do you do? I didn't know how to get into it. How do you do that?
It's a Zoom, so it's just like this link. I posted on the GLG right at noon, so I'll post it again at noon today.
Oh,
take you right in.
I can do that. I can do
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Cool.
I didn't see it the last time I was there. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Facebook's weird. Like it doesn't always go chronological. Even if I post, I get buried. So just search Sam Jackson in the search bar on the left when you're in the GLG group, and it'll pop up.
Okay. Awesome.
Cool. So Amy says she's going to do a homeowner webinar for In Focus. Yeah, perfect for selling in today's market. That's wonderful. Okay, excellent. Yeah, Mariana saw that. I saw it a little bit later yesterday. I didn't get a chance to respond, but I saw that and I'll respond here in a little bit. Cool. Yeah, for inspiration, look at Keller Inc. or use whatever skill set you guys have to rock and roll. But the key thing here is make it free. Go capture those leads and just know that time on task, those people will convert over time. You're planting those seeds to get them ready for whenever the market's right. Or, if someone's attending a first-time home buyer seminar, the great thing about this is that they're literally telling you that they have an interest in real estate. So if you make it real estate related, that's a good lead in my opinion. Cool. All right, everybody. Well, if you don't have any questions, I'll see you guys a little bit later. I'll be at the 11 o'clock class, open office hours today from 12 to 1, and then I'm teaching again at 3 o'clock on DocuSign. So I'll see y'all throughout the day today. Cool. All right, see y'all.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Yep.